Welcome to Two Wheel Tuesday podcast number 96 with Zach Dipaolo. What's up, Zach?
Not too much, man. Just fucking chilling, man. Chilling today. Chilling out.
Chilling out with you weren't chilling out today. You were running around doing meetings.
Yeah, no, I was working a day job now, and so I was doing that and hit the gym, did some laundry. Now I'm back at the apartment chilling, man.
So what's the day job?
So, I was I was riding full time for 9 years, and kind of had just a couple shitty ones in a row, some wind fucking me up, and in Poland, dude T-boned me after the event, which was just unfortunate.
The event was over, and then he ran into
me. Huh?
The event was already over, and then he ran into you? How did this happen?
Oh, God. The show was done, and I was literally just waving to the crowd, man, and, the announcers, speaking in Polish, and the music's going. I couldn't hear anything, and this kind of amateur kid was doing a wheelie on the pavement behind me, and Larry loop out, and whiskey throttled into me.
Nice.
And broke the alarm. And so, yeah, anyways, long story short, when all that was done, I got back to U.S. and, had 7 more months of shows planned out to be gone for. And I just, kind of reassessed and decided I needed to do something different. Like, I'd been doing my mid-level, FMX stuff for so long, and I've kind of done as much as I can do with my level of shows. I mean, I've, probably gotten to do more with my amount of tricks than anyone with my amount of tricks, like as far as shows and types of shows and international shows and, staying busy with it. And I kind of figured the only way to really go up is just focusing on training and probably moving out west or wherever, and that, it takes money. So decided to get a day job and, just ride shows on the weekend for a while. And so, I've done some shows recently. I just rode with Frankie Terry. I rode with Jared Pronk. I did a show with Schwalmy and Berlew in Pennsylvania, out in Ohio. So, I mean, I'm still doing shows, but just like weekend events, But so, yeah, during the day now, I'm a marketing consultant for an ad agency here in Richmond, Virginia.
Nice.
That's cool. It's a good change up.
What's not playing, Nick? The video?
Something different.
On YouTube, yeah.
So people are watching a blank screen. There's still 7 people. Can they hear it?
Yeah, I can't hear anything either. So.
What the fuck?
I can't hear it. All right, we're trying to sort out YouTube issues.
Shit.
So you're still doing shows, but are you going to get back into it heavier or no? Or are you just going to keep doing it like that?
No, yeah, that's definitely like I just feel like, like you only have so many cat lives, and like I feel like I've used a couple of them, and if I'm going to keep using my cat lives and breaking my shit, I'd rather it be to progress or do something, really cool that I really want to do rather than just trying to do it for a living, because like I've done that. I've done it for a living for so long, and I don't regret any of it. I don't regret any of the stuff that's happened injury wise from doing it as a living. But I just think that I want to reassess and kind of come at it from a different approach. Like rather than not practicing and just pinning it to shows all the time. That's another thing is I haven't had a practice place in years. I mean, I haven't had a practice place since 2014. So I just ride at shows, or like sometimes I'll go up to Brent's or, wherever, Ingerman sometimes, but even that, it's like it just doesn't happen. So yeah, dude, Virginia sucks for moto,
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I'm the only somebody can fact check this, but I've looked it up a lot. I'm the only FMX rider from Virginia. Who
Wow.
else? So there's no one to ride with here.
Yeah, no, I hear that. It's like you spend these years learning tricks, and then you start getting shows, and it's like, for me, my progression it just stopped, because you're doing shows every weekend. You don't want to push it because you got a whole couple months lined up, and you never practice. You just show up, hit the ramps a couple times before a show, and that's not when I feel like learning shit.
Exactly. And I mean, it's like I feel like I'm an optimist, so I try to always see the upside of it. And like, I guess the upside of my level of shows is like, I'm pretty much doing stuff I know I've done 10,000 fucking hard Indies and 10,000 fucking Cordovas and 10,000 Super Kansas. Like the shit I'm doing is not hard for me, and I enjoy doing it. I'm not like stressed out, and it's fun. But like but then you got to throw in the shit that's hard about that level, which is being maybe you got to ride in bad conditions or like weird setups or different setup every weekend or something. So I think there's it's freestyle is freestyle, man. It's just infinitely different in every direction, and it's like I'm just grateful for like the shit I've gotten to experience so far. Really, like I'm just pumped. I've even done as much shit as I've done and rode in as many places as I've gotten to ride and ride with dudes that I've watched growing up and fucking knew about and a reality for so long. It's weird. And but yeah, man, I'm just ready to like, I don't know, man, just approach it differently. Like I don't want money or training or having people to ride with to be an issue. Like I want to save up money so I can take months to train, be somewhere where I have tons of people to ride with, have a perfect bike. Like I've always kind of had, like I've had a nice bike, but it didn't have FMX suspension. Or I had a bike with FMX suspension, but it had fucked up wheels or shitty grapples. I've never had like a perfectly dialed bike. Now I would say I do. And like even in Europe, I had a pretty dialed bike. But yeah, it's like I just want to take away all the things that in my head were things that were kind of keeping me from progressing, which was just like, just having, first of all, having people to push you and ride with, having a bike that you feel 110% about, and the time and money to be like, okay, I'm focusing on progressing. I'm focusing on this trick. I want to train and try to get myself into this contest or this level or whatever. You know what I mean? Just have more of a plan with it instead of just, when I was younger, it was like if I could just get a paycheck to jump ramps, that was fucking the tits. And it still is, but, it's like, I think it's just time to try to level up with it.
I agree with you 100% because there's definitely two ways you can go with this. And that's doing what you have been doing and what I did, and that's just run the show route. Or you, like you said, can buckle down and just try to go to another level. And it's a toss-up. You either are riding at such a level where you're riding like at the razor edge of what you can do, and then there's also in the smaller shows, the issue is that, like you said, setups suck and you're jammed in some building and the ceiling's right over your head and
right, or it's fucking 25 mile an hour crosswind and they're looking at you, oh, you guys are gonna jump, yeah,
yeah,
or whatever. Which, I mean, I'm not saying, and at the end of the day, it's our decision, and I've never been really pushed where I was uncomfortable riding. And shit, in Poland, we fucking jumped while it was raining for a while. Not the whole time, but we had expanded metal on the asphalt leading into the takeoff. And it would be raining, literally raining, and they'd be like, you jump now, yeah? Yes? I'd be like, no. And I saw this other dude do it, and he fucking was just doing tricks. And I'm like, well, fuck, I'm here. Like, I got to get my paycheck. And it worked. It fucking worked. But, yeah, it's like, it's I think that is something that's like kind of doesn't get talked about a lot. Is it is kind of cool to like see freestyle from our perspective in the sense that like we don't have we're super underpaid and doing some crazy shit that even some probably pretty gnarly guys would be like, fuck that, like as far as setups or just lifestyle, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, we're in Colombia. we were down there, 3 of us American guys, and then 2 of the local, like, you know, Pollo, Restripio or whatever, and Titan. They showed up and wanted to ride, and it started raining, and they're all like, "We're all not riding, right? Right?" And everyone's like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." And we're like, "We're just gonna go out there and pop wheelies." And fucking Dan hits the fucking ramp, and then comes back, and he's doing this to everybody. So then everybody fires up their bikes. The Titan was so mad because nobody wanted to ride. Well, then we go out there. Well, then Pollo starts doing fucking backflips in the rain. And then Titan's like, I didn't want to do that. He was so mad. He just peeled out and left when he was done.
Yeah, because that's fucking
funny
stupid.
As shit, man. Yeah,
it's annoying because that's
it's
stupid.
Cool. Like you ride with some dudes. You ride with some dudes, and you really feed off each other's energy. And one thing that I love is I feel like I've always been super hyped. I mean, Clint's road shows with me. I'm fucking hyped. Every show we did together, I was probably fucking hyped out of my mind.
He was hyped for this show. Let me fucking call you. Let me try and adjust something real quick.
Out Clint.
Let me try and adjust something real quick and fucking call you guys back.
Is our video on YouTube now?
No, it's not.
No, there's people talking. You know,
there's
Cameron
no video
Milan.
though.
I know. Just saying.
Well, let me try.
Let's get the video on, boys.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what the fuck the issue is.
This is all recording though, right?
Yeah, it's recording, but the video recording may be skipping too. The sound, the audio should be fine, but boys, here we go.
There he is.
I just hit a bunch of buttons.
Damn.
Are we?
Dude, I just went in there and hit a bunch of stuff, and then it started to work. Yeah, consult me, Zach.
You're bumming Zach out, Clint.
You're a consultant. You've been on this fucking call for 20 minutes. And you haven't consulted me at all.
I'll do some damn.
Yeah, we're full on live. People can see me.
Oh, so are we back on or what?
Fucking, they can see you guys now.
Yeah, we're on.
Shit.
All right, we'll start it over.
Sweet.
Here we are, podcast
cool.
number 96, even though I finished my drink, with Zach Dipaolo. Brought to you by Stroker Industries, maker of the trigger, so you don't so when you get the new graphics for your bike, Zach, you won't spill gas on them. You can go to StrokerIndustries.com. It's also brought to you by Canvas MX. If you wanted to get Zach's face on your jersey, you could do that. Have you guys seen him with his shirt off? You could put him with his shirt off. You could just take Zach's body, get a picture of Zach's body, and have a jersey that looks like Zach's body. You could just... You should.
Oh, shit. I should get a jersey of my own
best.
body on my jersey. Like Steve-O. I'll get myself on the back like
would
this.
That be
like
if you just had your own body with you tattooed on your own back.
Sweet, dude.
So if you go to canvasmx.com and when you go to buy, you can put in the code FMXEast10. I'm sure nobody has ever used that discount code, even though you get 10% off of Zach's body jersey.
Yeah, Carruthers is cool, man.
Yeah, Chucky's the man.
I like Canvas. It's a great concept, really. And the stroker thing.
You go
I'm
four
all
now,
about
don't
strokes,
you?
Clint. I'm a stroking type of guy, so you have to hook me up.
You go four. You go 4 strokes now, don't you? You only used to go 2.
What?
You increased it.
Yeah.
You doubled it.
Yeah, I like
your strokes.
stroking maximum strokes. All the strokes, please.
But listen, if you only get 2 strokes before, Nick, 4 is double.
Fuck.
Should see.
You can't argue with that.
I know,
Roger.
but I'm trying efficient.
So,
let's go. Got things to do.
Don't worry. In the original one, or on the audio
Talking about
version, I'll
bikes.
have that first 10 minutes or something. But I'm glad that it's working now. This makes me feel a little better about my life.
Now that you're
Yeah.
feeling better about your life,
Fuck off, Nick.
it's a little frozen on YouTube.
It's all right.
Uh-oh.
All right, fuck
Error
you guys on
occurred.
YouTube then. How about that? How about fuck you guys on YouTube?
Stop playing. I don't know what to tell you.
The frame rates are dropping like mad. Please use a key frame frequency
All right, cheers to that.
of
To a
4
fresh start.
seconds or less. I don't even know what the fuck that means. I have no idea. Hey, Zach, consult me. Did you hear that? Did you hear my issue?
I don't either.
Thank you.
It means that shit's lagging like a motherfucker because you're using too many goddamn programs. Your green screen.
What do you mean on YouTube?
With a green blanket. I love it.
Are you looking at YouTube?
Where's the silhouette?
Yeah. On your screen,
Yeah, I'm
asshole.
looking at you. Oh, okay, wait. No, I'm not on YouTube. No, you're right. You are a silhouette. Oh, okay, bye.
Jesus. Yeah, tell everybody on YouTube to fuck off. How about that, Nick? Because they're upsetting me.
Oh, fuck.
No,
I'm
they stopped.
Okay.
Are they commenting or what?
Stop.
What's going on? I probably.
That's
All right,
nobody
let's
comes to this
talk some
podcast for
fucking
dirt
dirt
bike
fights.
talk.
Nah, we usually skip that on this podcast. Cameron Milan says the best way to fix
Jesus.
the issue is
I
to
can't
hack
even-
the mainframe.
I can't even hack it back into my own
That'll get it
account.
done.
Hacker man.
The mainframe comment just finally picked up here.
Oh shit.
There you go. Thank you for relaying my message. Right. Sorry, Zach. We got sidetracked.
Let's
I had 1 tequila drink. Yeah, did
Let's
you
talk about
did you
riding
eat
in Europe.
baguettes?
Yeah, no.
I did. Honestly, dude, it's like I went over there, skeptical, a patriotic American boy, and it's fucking great, man. Honestly, I mean, Amsterdam, Prague, Krakow, and Poland. It's probably the best times of my life, man. I mean, it's just definitely a different world, and I mean, dude, these Polish dudes party, man. I mean, Poland was just nonstop,
I was in.
I don't know, man.
I was in
wild,
Poznan,
man.
Poland.
It's definitely wild.
And
I
let
mean,
me tell
I've
you, the talent there was fucking
yeah, fun.
A1. Yeah. Everywhere.
Oh, the chicks. Dude, literally, I landed in Poland, dude. And I was in the fucking airport,
No.
and I'm like, oh, there must be like a model reunion or some shit. Dude, we fucking, I took a cab, we stopped at a gas station in like bumfuck, who knows, Poland. And I went into the gas station to get like a snack, and it was like, dude, every fucking chick I saw, it was like a goddamn Victoria's Secret runway in the fucking gas station. It was like somewhere back in time, these fucking Polish fucks like breeded only like 10s, and just it trickled down into this goddamn entire genetic fucking pool of just beautiful women. It's fucking ridiculous, dude. And it's like frowned upon to be fat there. So
Dude.
it's like people keep themselves in shape.
I hurt my neck while I was there.
Seems to be working, right?
I actually I didn't even
Dude,
ride. I
it's crazy.
sustained a neck injury
Dude.
just from whipping. I was like, whoa. What the hell is that?
What?
Yeah.
Clint, why do you think I was there for
I didn't
fucking
know you were
2
there
years?
for 2 years.
Were you there 2 years consistently, or did you come back and forth?
No, I came back in between for I don't know 4 months, and I was supposed to be booked the whole time in Miami, and I wound up
So
breaking
did
the
you stay in
old
Poland and
femur,
just
lower
have super
back, and
hot
pelvis.
nurses take care of you, or what?
So.
Oh.
No, that was in Miami. That was in Miami where I did all that. So I was hanging out there. Bounced back from that. That was gnarly, dude. Rod and the femur was something I never wanted, you know. But fucking, I don't know, man. I fucking run every day. I do squats. I mean, it's weird. I really thought that would fuck with me more.
You
I
just
figured
can't
it
be a
never
pussy.
happened.
Are you telling old Tyler that we
But,
know that the fucking video feed is shit? He doesn't need to look at, Zach doesn't need to look at the Snapchat? You tell Tyler that?
Oh. Yeah. Yeah, the video. Yeah, I expected the video feed to be.
Listen,
shit.
I didn't have
we
an
gotta
issue.
sort that out, though, boys.
Okay.
At some point.
This has been a month going of fucking. I upgraded. Okay, OBS is outsourced broadcast system or software. So it's just random people making the software to do basically what I'm doing, putting you guys on the screen, me in front of you, have the border, all that shit. That's how all these people are streaming their video games and all that stuff is OBS. The issue is I upgraded the OS on my Mac. And when they went to whatever the hell it is now, Mojave or fucking, I don't know, Catalina or something. I think it's Mojave. The newest OS, they haven't figured out OBS for the new OS yet. There was a bunch of issues. So I think it's something with the software. It's not necessarily, because we never had this problem before. And now all of a sudden we switched it, and then it wouldn't accept any of my inputs for mics.
Yeah.
It was like this whole big rigmarole, and right now I'm on a beta version of OBS.
Is what it is.
So the people online, Danny
Is what it is,
Wayne
fuck
has
it.
heard this 17
Roll
times
through,
about
high
me
side.
bitching about OBS and fucking OS not being compatible, but it's fine. But I'm recording it on GarageBand.
Tyler Stewart
That's
said,
what I was already saying.
Jack needs to look at.
That's what I was already saying. Tell
What? Go
That's what I was saying.
What?
Tell Tyler we
Oh.
know that the fucking video is shit.
I'm uploading things to Instagram for you, Clint. Go ahead. I blocked that part out.
Zach's the one with the tits Wi-Fi, and he looks like a fucking. He just took a picture on his flip phone.
Garbage snail. With the Razorback.
All right, let's carry on, boys. Clint, it was good to see that you're back riding. You're
Yeah,
fucking free riding
I mean, I
again. I
free
saw
rode
you in
once.
Jersey on your Honda.
I did No for the Cans though. I did Lazy Boys and No for the Cans, which is the
What-
first time
what,
in like 3.5 years.
That's fucking sick. I mean, doing that off a dirt hit is not like
It took about 8
it's not
hits
easy
to do a
even if
Lazy
you're riding
Boy.
every day.
Not attempts. Not attempts. I jumped it like 7
Yeah.
times and
Well,
then
I've
just
done
did a
about-
Lazy Boy.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've done about 4,000 one-handed coffins and left the throttle hand on.
It's fucking hard to figure
But see,
out.
that's what I'm saying is that's a fucking
Do you
goddamn
get
it. I want to rip the
forward-
Band-Aid off on that shit.
Okay.
You know?
Let me explain how I do it.
Rip it.
You go a little bit
You've
faster
explained
than
it
you would
to me,
normally go for a jump, and I would hit the ramp the same way for cliffhangers. Go into a little bit faster, chop at the top of it, not quite as hard on a 4-stroke as you would on a 2-stroke, but you're gonna let off at the top of the ramp, so your front end goes down a teeny bit.
Yeah.
Sit your balls on your gas cap, get your knees in front of your forks so that you can squeeze your forks with your your thighs right above your knees. And then you're going to sit there on your tank for like a split second. You're going to feel your front end start to drop. As soon as your front end starts to drop, squeeze with your knees and lay back in one motion.
Yeah. No, I fucking get it, man. I like I said before, I think the primary thing I need is just I need to ride every day. I need to ride with people, man, that ride freestyle. Like I've really never, honestly, I've never had that. Never. When I had a ramp spot, I rode alone, and my mom would be out there reading the magazine, like like it was I had no feedback. And she would not really even be watching until I was on the ground bleeding, and then it was just
it's not the same
shit,
anyway. You need somebody and I've explained this to even people that you've ridden with, like people that ride. Okay, I live in New Jersey where everybody was like, that's dangerous, and I would build a jump when we were kids, and nobody wanted to jump it. And then later on, when I was in Georgia, surrounded by Austin and Kyle and Ray and all those guys and Brody, any of those places, you get into a scenario where you have all those guys around, and now it's not like, can that jump be jumped? Now it's like, I'm jumping that fucking jump first. Now it's a...
Right. No, 100%, dude. And I feel that all the time. I mean, even shows that I did with you, in the first one I did with you in Virginia Beach, I don't even know if I would jump that fucking setup now, but it was the first time I met you. I was stoked to ride with you. I knew who you were, and you were jumping it, so fuck it. I was jumping.
I was
you remember
told
that goddamn setup?
They had special run-in planks. Like these, but they do concerts. Hey, they do concerts on the beach all the time. They got these special run-in planks, and I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." I said, "Should I bring my rubber mat?" He goes, "No." So I brought it anyway. Thank God. Thank God. Could you imagine if I didn't bring that rubber mat?
Oh, we couldn't have done it. And even at that, they were having to sweep it off because the runway was so short. We were dragging
Nick,
the sand.
You want to know what their special boards were? There were sheets of plywood with 2x4s nailed, screwed to the bottoms of them, offset like a foot. So, like, when the next board went on, they could screw into those 2x4s so that they didn't pull apart. But it was just straight, not even painted plywood. And you know how slick plywood is. Now, this is on the beach. This is on the beach, super sandy sand.
That's not bad. I've been there.
So, like, we're just pulling the sand onto the mats. Besides that, we had, like, a foot tall, like, gap to get onto the boards.
Dude, it was like a fucking the most technical lead-in I've ever jumped. It was like slide out raw in the sand, raw, and then you had like 40 feet to just literally pin it into the ramp and pray to God you didn't spin. And there was a fucking dude with a broom
after
sweeping
like
the
5
sand off
hits
as you
each.
fucking pulled onto that bitch.
Yep, that's the stuff you just you show up and you're...
Yeah, and the dew set
and it was
in
windy
like
as fuck 'cause
showtime,
we were on
8
the goddamn
o'clock.
beach.
Dew like a motherfucker. Just everything is wet as shit. It was literally, and the corner, the rut got so deep that it was at least not lying 8 inches that you had to wheelie onto the board. There was an 8-inch hole before it that you had to wheelie through.
Yeah.
Remember I flipped it and totally double wheel decked the shit out of the fucking safety the first time? I didn't lose you. I thought I was dead for sure. I was like, I don't think I'm making it to the landing.
Dude, that...
I thought you were dead for sure. I was looking at Scotty, and I was like, that's it. Like Clint's getting carted off, boy. Like, I thought that was. I'm just surprised. I was probably 20 years old, man. Like, I'm surprised I even did that. Like, I'd only been riding freestyle for a year and a half, I think.
That's prime time to do it, though. You're around dudes you look up to. You're young. You're like, fuck it. I have to, right?
Don't think I wasn't terrified.
For sure.
Not backing down.
I was also terrified.
You hit it well, for sure. Like,
you're running a show, though.
Like, it was like, oh, we're good, for sure. Just like in Jersey when we were jumping on the side of the fucking road, and I'm looking at the takeoff ramp, and it's fucking like 45 degrees. I've never hit a ramp that's
just
like
look at the landing.
You're like, oh, you just jump at the same.
Look at the landing. You're gonna get you're gonna get a teeny bit of a like kick to the
It
side,
worked,
but you'll
though.
be all right.
That's
Yeah. That was the first one I did with
Yeah.
Berlou, I think. That was a fun
Yeah,
one.
there's a
Jersey
good
Shore
story
Fest.
along
That
with
was
that
dope.
one that I cannot tell, but it was good.
That was fucking. Dude, we had
That's why I'm
some
trying
wild
not to
nights
have
in Virginia
just a
Beach
normal
and there.
job
Jesus
here.
Christ.
Fucking A.
we were a fucking Italian sausage tandem when we were riding shows.
The Italian tandem sausage.
oh god.
I can't go down the road my head is going.
Oh god, exactly.
We're just gonna leave that one there.
Let's change something.
I don't know what to say.
And fucking another crazy one I remember riding with you was
Oh,
Georgia, Macon,
yeah,
Georgia.
and that
I just broke
speedway.
my foot. That was crazy. And there's all those. Yeah, and fucking there's all those cars in the backside of the landing. That was the first
Did
time I
it
jumped
not
where the
rain
deck was
that day?
broken
I
cars
felt
and
like we
glass.
practiced and then it rained or something was sketchy as fuck for the show.
Yeah, oh, it was super sketchy, but it was dry by the time we rode, but and we couldn't bump it either. I mean, because it was like the landing was super weird. It was big, but like there was no deck. It was just the cars, and we just whacked her at 75, and I don't think we had much time to practice because, like you were saying, it was raining and shit. It was weird setup, but then once we jumped it, it was good. I think I watched you jump it like twice, and I was like, all right, I'm good. And I sent it. And
Yeah, yep.
Scotty and
And I think I got
and
I think I got fucked on
all
that
those Myrtle
show,
Beach
to tell you the
Speedway
truth.
shows were
Actually,
crazy, too.
I got half my pay up front, and he didn't pay me anymore. I'm pretty sure that's the show I'm thinking of. One monster truck demanded all their pay, and everybody else got stuck. Yeah. If
I
nobody
think I
can
remember you
see
telling me
anything
that
on
like a
YouTube,
few
I'm
months
just
later.
gonna shut that down so that at least the video is good. How about that? Okay.
You can't see nothing.
Nope.
Wait,
They
nobody
could
on
for
YouTube
about
is
10 minutes,
nobody can see us.
and then it stopped again.
We don't want them to see us.
No, because I just shut them off. So
Do we have any live viewers now?
How about that? We had 10 at one
We
point.
had
Yeah, because
we
I
had
didn't
some.
hit end yet.
There's still 2 watching.
Yeah, that would have been good, Zach, if I could have pulled it off for
That's
you.
good.
I
Well,
blasted
you're
it,
just
man.
gonna have to send out the audio stream.
I blasted it all over the place.
I'm sorry, I'm not a technical guy.
Cool.
What are you getting, Nick?
So I should get.
No, I actually had a good meeting tonight.
Nothing.
With a local restaurant / comedy club, and they're putting a podcast studio in. And I'm like, to the one guy, I'm like, are you going to run audio? And he goes, yeah. And I was like, all right, sick. Because I need somebody to fucking help me with my podcast.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Damn, I forgot to shout out my sponsors in the fucking beginning. And really, it's crazy because they really have hooked me up this year a lot. Like graphic kits, fucking little help here and there. And N-Burger, first and foremost, in Virginia, man, they've done a lot for me. Headrush brand clothing, they've helped me since 2012. KB5 suspension, Brad over there, man, he's the man. Has helped me so many times with my bike, even like right before shows, like suspension and throttle, things like just coming through for me, man. Fredericksburg Motorsports, they've helped me for years. Scooby CBD out of Rehoboth Beach, Delaware. My buddy Steve up there is helping me out, and Fusion Graphics helped me getting the bike dialed and everything. But yeah, man, I really feel like that whole end of it, I've been good. with for a long time, and I've always had like a good support, and been able to find shows and felt good at shows and stuff. I feel like literally the one missing piece that I've always kind of ignored that my like optimistic mindset tries to push through is just
Yeah,
practice. And it's like
100%.
you have to. I just don't practice enough. Like that's the missing piece, man. Like I have not had a practice spot since 2014. It's like it's crazy, and like in even the years I had a practice spot from 2012 to 14, I was riding alone. So I've never had like consistent practice with other FMX riders. Never in my entire life. And I feel like that would make such a big difference. And I feel like some dudes have different personalities. They're more just send it guys. So like it doesn't affect them as much because they just don't give a fuck. But I'm not like that. Like I kind of have to baby step shit. So like being able to ride with like a whatever, a Brody or a fucking, whoever, someone that's really fucking good and I can be
100%.
around that and absorb it. I feel like that helped me so much.
Oh, anytime you're riding with people, it's gonna.
But even going up and ride, when I rode with Brent Schwalm in Pennsylvania the last couple times.
Schwalmy.
Yeah, Schwalmy, best dude, man. Such a genuine good dude.
Yeah, he's cool.
Riding with him, I was on a new bike, that I'd never rode, and I hadn't rode ramps since I broke my arm, and I by myself, dude, I couldn't have done it. And he was out there, and just keeping my head right, and I could watch him jump it. Obviously, I followed him off the ramps first, and that that was a reminder, like, dude, you got to ride with people, But I do go to moto tracks alone, dude, and just go rip it, So it's weird. It's like when I'm on a moto track, it's different. I don't think as much. But then, like, I feel like with ramps, like it's a little different game. I mean, there's more at stake, and you can't really baby step into it. You can't go jump a few tables first and shit. But yeah, I really want to. I feel like I've like if 15-year-old Zach or 16-year-old Zach could see where I'm at now, he would be super pumped at all the shit that I've done so far. But like at the same time, like I have all the tools and connections and like experience to fucking.
How old are you?
Level up, and now it's just like time to do it. But like I said, the first thing I need is like time and money.
Yeah.
28. I just turned 28 last week.
You got a good window until 32, 33.
Ain't shit.
This is your prime window. This is your prime window.
Yeah.
32,
and I've always been a late
is where it starts to fall off. But honestly, I had a surge again right at about where you're at, like 28, 29, 30, 31. Like I kind of like understood more mentally. I got it more, and all the years that I'd put into it, like it built up, and then I kind of had like I get it, and I had a good run with no injuries for a little bit, and I kind of like just improved myself a bunch.
Yeah, for sure. And like some of my injuries have been my mistake, and some of them have been total bullshit and everything in between. But that shit sets you back. But I think that I finally, like, really this year kind of had the epiphany of like, if you're going to do it, like you gotta set the worry aside. Like the shows I did in 2019. I enjoyed so much because I honestly, like, when I put my helmet on and kickstarted my bike, it was like, dude, like worrying is anti-productive. Like it literally won't help you at all. So just accept it and like really just have fun and just don't let any negative thought creep into your mind. Like you fucking got this. You've been doing this a long time. Like just fucking ride, And I think that before I was kind of just like perfectionistic in the sense that I would think about how many things can I think about? Like, oh, go this fast, do this. I mean, when you met me, Clint, I was just riding a lot in general, so I was like pretty confident. But even like 2016 when I was doing tours with like Jack Rowe and Rich Kearns and them, I like went back to like bumping it after I'd been sending it for so many years, and like it's weird. Like there's been so many different points in my career. Like when I was riding with Goodyear, he never let me bump his setup once, so I just never bumped it. And then I'd go back to some weird setup that freaked me out, like Vaughters or Higgins that was like poppy and weird, and bump it or something, and everything in between. But like I feel like the one thing I was always missing is like the logical epiphany that like just letting go of that worry shit is like the one thing that really helps you ride well. And like the last few shows, like I tricked all my hits and had fun and fucking landed in the same fucking 2 inches a foot past the deck every time. And I really chalk it up to like being in shape, being healthy, like not fucking partying and fucking just letting go of the worry side of it too, you know, like it's just fucking riding, you know, but that's not an easy mindset to tap into, I feel like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but if you're riding with like top level dudes or even just a lot of guys, you're gonna be, that's how you feel. You know, when you're riding every weekend and you're fucking around, then when you show up to some sketchy setup or just anything, you got it. It's like when you're, practicing and racing all the time. You just feel, you go out there, in the back of your head, even if everything's not right, you got it.
Yeah, no, it's definitely right. And like shows I've rode with Clint or, Angerman or Berlew or Brody or Jack Rowe or any of these dudes that, I want to ride well in front of and shit. I mean, I respect anybody that I ride freestyle motocross with, but, dudes that are high level and shit, you're right. I always fucking kind of step up and ride, my best, my version of my best. And yeah, that's definitely true. It's definitely a mental game, man. There's no doubt about it. But I think that like this year I've stepped up my fitness. Like I'm in the best shape of my life, mentally and physically, and I'm building more money than I've had. I'm gonna have the best bike I've ever had, the best body I've ever had, the best mind I've ever had. It's just the fucking time, dude. I just got to get around people that I can ride with. You know what I mean? So, yeah. And I've thought about like I have a pretty sweet job now, and like I have a cool life, like. Everything's pretty sweet, but I think I'm more scared of like giving it up and being old and like just, I know I can make money and like fucking have a place. Yeah. Like what is that? You know what I mean? Everybody does that. So I'm really honestly more scared of like being 80 and like being in my deathbed, like, wow, I was right there and I just let go of it, than I am of like, something bad happening riding. It's like, so it's like just the logical epiphany of like,
here's the thing, and I've told the other guys this, that don't flip and stuff like that and didn't put the push on that you're talking about. You're going to fucking regret it if you don't. If you don't try and do more and try and reach some of the other dreams that you had initially, you're going to be mad if you end this journey and you didn't at least put it all out there.
Right.
Period.
For sure, man. And it's weird because like it's like this duality of like, I'll see guys on the top level and it's so gnarly, and in some moods it's like that's fucking nuts. But at the same time, like I know myself and my riding, and I can compare tricks that I do to theirs, and like I do believe in myself. I do think I'm a good rider, and I think that the only thing that's limited me is my own fucking head, And I mean, like I said, lack of practice, lack of this and lack of that, but it's all excuses.
100%. The thing is that you're a motivated person and you do all this other stuff, which a lot of people don't do. Like I like to say, people. It's the same thing with riding, but you can break it down to diets. Everybody knows somebody that's like, January 1st, I'm going on a diet. Monday, I'm going on a diet. Listen, anybody that was like, I'm gonna flip New Year's or come to the new. Listen, anybody that's actually flipped and actually done anything, you couldn't fucking stop them. They're like, I'm flipping today, and I'm like, you need to settle down. Like, that's somebody that's gonna do it, not the guy that's setting an arbitrary date for it.
Right. Damn. Right. Oh, 100%, man. 100%. And no, that's definitely 100% right, man. And yeah, I mean, it's what keeps me up at night. It's the demon that fucks with me. Like I have an awesome life. I had tons of smoking hot chicks. Like I've been to fucking Mexico, Canada, Europe, Japan, USA, riding my fucking dirt bike and like all this awesome shit. But like literally, I'm up at night like, why am I not better? Why am I doing flip tricks? God damn it. Like it kills me, it fucking kills me. But at the same time, the duality of it is I'm still super fucking grateful for what I've gotten to experience, really, like authentically. And so I'm not unhappy that I'm not, but like I know that I need to, and like like you said, like your original goals, like of course, in your head are all the big contests, and but like at the same time, I had like that realistic spin before I had done it, and it was like if I can get paid for a show, well then I did that. If I can get paid to do a show in an arena or a stadium, then I did that. If I can get paid to do a show overseas, then I did that. And it's like you keep checking it off, and it becomes normal. And so you do have to look back and appreciate and go, fuck, I've done all this shit that like
so small.
It's kind of fucking like what percentage of the human the human race has gotten to experience the type of shit that us three and our fellow FMX riders have gotten to experience. It's fucking crazy. It's like most people will never understand being 40 feet off the ground holding on to a motorcycle in front of thousands of people that are screaming and getting paid for it.
Most people will never experience getting paid to do something that they truly enjoy. And especially the rush of, I mean, I think it's a combined, because you are a lot of times in front of big crowds and you're doing something with all the adrenaline, but most people don't even do either,
Yeah. No, for sure. No, right. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I really, and I think that's something else that kind of gives me peace, like, in the whole just like perspective and gratitude being constant happiness angle is like I'm really at peace with like whatever's gonna happen, like whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen, man. And like I've had such a fucking awesome life like because of dirt bikes, and like I just have faith. And like, dude, nobody my friends growing up, like my own family, like no really, like I wasn't like a full moto kid, dude. I raced a couple times a year. Like we didn't have the money or time to be racing. I was never like, people were never telling me like, yeah, you got to ride dirt bikes for a living. Like nobody. It was like literally my own vision.
But isn't that how everything is?
Fucking hard-headed to let go of,
Business is the same way, right? Unless you're hard-headed and you just stay after it.
Yeah, no, for sure.
They'll defeat you.
Yeah. For sure. And like, I just think the one thing I took advantage, the one thing I don't even want to use the word regret, but it does kill me that I wasn't like in Europe or in, touring in Canada and US before that. I should have been working out and focusing on my riding more. I was too much focused on, pulling chicks after the shows or, partying or just having fun. And, I still rode with my all in the shows, but I wasn't progressing, you know what I mean? And I should have put more emphasis on that. But like we talked about earlier, there's struggles with doing what at different shows. But yeah, man, I think I'm just ready to just pour it all in, man, for progression and to just try to just do new experiences, man. I want new experiences. I rode 10 million fucking fairs. Like I want a new fucking experience, and I'm willing to bleed for it, man. It's like scaring myself on motorcycles and hot chicks. Like those are the two things that excite me. I don't really live for, what else do I live for? I don't know. There's nothing else that excites me, like authentically. You know what I mean? Like, fuck. A big jump in a nice fucking wagon on a hot chick, that's it. Like,
yeah. No, I'm glad.
Things that drive me.
I at least found comedy is kind of in the same vein. Like you still get the adrenaline rush of like being in front of a crowd and stuff like that. It's obviously much different, but like, because when I walked away from riding, like what you're talking about, I'm like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? At first, when I was still fucked up from the infection, I'm like, I'm just gonna work, and I did that for a year, and then I'm like, shoot me in the face. This is this is crazy.
Yeah.
I'd rather be scared.
It's rough. It is. It's crazy, and I can kind of relate. I can kind of relate to your comedy thing. I mean, I was in a hardcore band when I was a teenager for years, on stage, fucking screaming at metal shows, and that was like my adrenaline thing then. Like I look back, like really my whole life, I've had that same like need for fucking adrenaline, being in front of people, pushing myself, and
you're
pushing
probably
through that,
a smart enough kid to write jokes.
Fear, I guess.
I feel like. Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, here's the deal. One of the first jokes I wrote, everybody go, oh, I'm thinking about doing comedy. These are people that I knew for a long time. I go, hey, I'm thinking about doing comedy. And they go, aren't you scared? And I'm like, You do get like what I did before, no? All right. Public speaking is still that freaky, I suppose. So if you compare it, if you compare worst case
Yeah.
scenario though,
Shit
it's
was
baby
really
shit.
upsetting.
You get your feelings hurt.
Oh, for sure. And I even use that. I use that in my fucking interview to get the job with the ad agency. Like the job that I have right now requires a fucking marketing degree. And like there was other people that wanted this job, and I think part of what helped me connect with the business director that hired me was like I just told him like, listen, man, I've been swinging 10 bats in life. Like my bad day at work was 5 broken bones and a rod in my femur and no money, and I'm in bed, like in the hospital. Like the downside of this is like, what, I go to a client meeting and they don't want to use our marketing service. Like, oh, fuck yeah. Like, oh, big deal. And so no, I yeah, 100%. And that's another thing. And then like some people tell me like, oh, like doesn't it suck you've broken all these bones and shit? And I'm like, well, no, because I don't fucking negatively dwell on it, and I push through and I work out every day and I put work into it. But also the shit that FMX taught me with jobs, fucking relationships, friends, chicks, like fucking any type of life situation, I'm like armed now with like this mental construct that I've developed from dude, it's fucking war out. You're war when you're at shows, and you develop a mindset. And I think that applying that to other things in life is really valuable, man. So
I agree.
Yeah,
I always reference dirt bikes.
Really.
I always reference dirt bikes
with
people because that's simply the thing that I'm the best at and have gone the furthest with in life. So of course I break everything down in that. And people think of it as like me bragging, and I'm like, not really. This just happens to be my frame of reference,
Right. Yeah, for sure. People don't get it, man. Most people just want to be comfortable, Like it drives me crazy to think of settling for what I know I can
less
achieve,
than what you think you can achieve.
I'm waiting.
Right. Like, why would I, set out and put my time? Like, our time is our golden egg, man. Why would I put my golden egg into something that's guaranteed? I want to put my golden egg, to the top of my ability.
That's right. Nick's upset he hasn't had 5 children.
Attainable.
Are you at the point now where you've got enough? I'm working on it on a regular basis, dude. It's not as easy as the first one for whatever reason.
Hey, can you guys see my video?
We're not online.
Yeah, I can see it. Are we frozen?
So I'm just recording this to post up later.
Oh my gosh.
For sure there's going to be audio version.
Cut that out. You're going to edit your titty dancing out of spite. Out of spite. Check this out. Anybody have this McGrath helmet? Demolished it. Oh, look at this.
The map.
For the first time in years, I'll have a seat that isn't cut.
It's nice, dude. I rode one at the track like this year at first, before I cut my seat, and it was like, damn, I got a cushion under there.
Normal-ish bars. I'm running Rabo highs right now, which are ridiculous.
Yeah.
These are Wyndhams.
When's the last
bunch of parts I ordered.
When's the last time you hit ramps, Nick?
Been a while. My ramp's sitting there at my landing. Just, I don't know. I'll get out there. My buddy who I grew up racing with, he went and got a Husky 350. So now he's like all amped to ride, and he's got land with property and stuff.
Yeah.
So every weekend, where we gonna ride? Where we gonna ride? So now I have a reason to ride. I don't even have my bike. I just leave it at his house now. That way, when he says let's ride, I just show up.
Yeah. Yeah. I got a new Honda right now. I rode ramps. The last show I did was Ohio. I think it was like 7 weeks ago, something like that. So it's been a little bit, but it's cold as balls down here now. So I just I could go ride for fun in Florida and shit for a weekend, but like I think I'd rather just save the money so that next spring or summer I can just come in like, fully focused and ready and just pour all my
Same
eggs
thing,
in the
like
basket.
you got to have somebody to ride with, and I didn't have anybody to ride with for the longest time. I had shows, so I'd ride by myself just to like kind of be up on it. But when it was nice, but it was winter most of the shows, so now my buddy's riding again. It's like, oh, I'm actually motivated to go riding.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I mean, I miss it so much, and like I think that's why I'm so like into working out now is I can grunt and push myself and get a little bit of the same feeling, but overall, man, when I think about riding, it's like that core thing that I'm just missing right now. Like I just miss fucking jumping dirt bikes. I've been doing it since I was 8 years old, and like I'm just not doing it now. I'm fucking sitting down with people talking about marketing campaigns and going to dinners with whatever friends or chicks or whatever, and it's like that's cool, but I like that to be the other side of life, and then I have the riding shit, and it like balances out. Like when I was in Europe, dude, I was so happy. I rode like 5 or 6 days a week. In my free time, I drove to cool cities and like went on dates and fucking just. I had like the duality. Like I'd have like calm wine dinners, and then the next morning ride FMX, and then I'd like go to like a fucking whatever, a Holocaust museum or a fucking Polish, pierogi fucking restaurant or like whatever. It was so interesting every day to like see cool shit over there and ride. And then I, Polish chicks too. So I was fucking happy fucking camper.
Not to balances it out like freestyle
like,
and the Holocaust.
during the day is crazy.
And the
Jumping
exchange
dirt
rate
bikes
over
at
there
night,
is
it's just wine and
Yeah, my
Holocaust
buddy was
museums. You know what I mean? Just.
I'm just saying, like it was like the other side of life, like sightseeing, going on
dates.
Did
you learn any Polish?
No, I know. My buddy,
I did get to go to Auschwitz in Oswiecim, Poland. That was interesting.
Did you learn any Polish?
Yeah, I did actually. My Polish is, dude. I studied every day of my life there for the 2 years I was there. I was motivated.
Yeah.
The mechanic that helped me with my bike only spoke Polish. The guys that would help at the show only spoke Polish. Some of the chicks I dated only spoke Polish. So it was like, they would like talk shit about me in Polish. Like some of the guys I was friends with, jokingly. Honestly, I have some really good brothers in Poland. Fucking really good friends. Rashu, Kuba, fucking. I got some good friends over there, man. And Kasper.
I remember Clint was hitting on these Russian or Polish chicks at the circus, and then when we went to leave, I was like, Do widzenia or do svidania, whichever one it is, it's Russian or Polish. Yeah. And then so the whole time we're talking to them in English, and then they were like, oh my God, like just one little goodbye in Polish got them. And then Clint and Dan are like, what'd you say? What was it? I'm like, all I said was goodbye.
Yeah, in Russian it'd be do svidania. In Polish, I don't know. It was nighttime, dobranoc, I don't know, shit. But yeah, my Polish was pretty good by the end of it. I still study it on my phone just because, I don't know, it's like a nice like brain exercise or something,
Yeah. I could say enough to trick, like I say, I can't speak Polish well. I can say that.
That's funny as shit.
Sometimes I can't tell if Clint's frozen or not taking dick pics.
But yeah, it's crazy too because fucking you could go to a fucking 5-star restaurant and get like appetizer, steak, a bottle of wine, a dessert for 2 people, and it would be like 200 zloty, which is like kind of a lot of money there, but like here that's like it'd be like 40 or 50 bucks, but it's like I'm telling you, like a 5-star fucking restaurant, 5 courses and wine for like 40, 50 bucks. You know what I mean?
That's what my buddy, who I kind of used to ride with, he joined the Air Force, so he was in Germany. So him and his wife just traveled, like he could travel all the time. And we're blowing up here. And he said he'd been to Greece, he had been to Italy, just everywhere in Europe, and Poland was his favorite. Because he's like, get a big beer for cheap. He said the Auschwitz was awesome.
Yeah, it was interesting.
But he said like the people were very cool.
Honestly, Krakow Poland is the coolest city I've ever been to in my entire fucking life. It has the largest main square in Europe. It has like international fucking dudes, chicks. Like it's just like a fucking goddamn fairy tale, but like party style, European style. Like I don't even know, man. It's like all this old architecture from like all these different, eras in Europe where different countries and fucking empires owned, parts of Poland and shit. And it's just a fucking, it's a vibe there, man. I mean, I really liked Prague and Amsterdam too, and some parts in Germany, but yeah, man, Krakow, Poland, I think is probably my favorite.
I was gonna say Hamsterland is pretty good.
Really?
Blast there. Yeah, really.
I've heard good things about
No, I
Poland.
said Hamsterland.
Amsterdam's sick, man. It's just fucking, it's Euro to like.
Hamsterland.
Hamsterland?
I had a long layover.
We're taking dick pics.
Hamsterland.
Yeah. Who am I? Huh?
Oh,
Did you
yeah.
take the metro
Oh,
to the city center and go to a coffee shop down the block? Oh yeah. Yeah,
I
lost track of the 10-hour flight
made it
after a
back.
visit
I'm
to
going to
that
shave a
city.
couple
I woke up
instances
and
out of
couldn't
this
see
story, but so I went to Abu Dhabi with Javier. What?
So,
I went to Abu Dhabi with
what about Javier?
I went to Abu Dhabi to mechanic
He's a South Mexican.
And then I asked Ange,
I
was
know
like,
Javier.
on the way back, can you give me a long layover in Hamsterland? And she's like, okay. So she gave me 12 hours layover. So I got there, went directly downstairs, put my bag in a locker, and then just hopped on the train and just took the train.
Yeah.
Dude, I couldn't read
Yeah, the metro,
anything
it's
or
like
anything. I was just like,
€7
which way to like downtown? And they're like, this way. So I just hopped on a train. I went down, I got off on exit, and I just looked, and I was like, that looks like a good direction. So then I walked that way, found a
Yeah, no, like straight out. You went straight out of the doors and over like the little
much.
bridge.
I found a coffee shop.
Fucking,
I go to this coffee shop. Figure I've
it's
been
like
in
open
Abu
there.
Dhabi,
I know right what
so
you're
there's
talking about.
no marijuana at all in Abu Dhabi. So I get there, and I walk into this coffee shop, and I'm standing there trying to order, and there's like 15 people in this place that's like 50 foot deep and like 20 feet wide, just smoking fucking spliffs. So like as I'm at the counter, I'm like about to pass out. I'm seriously like, holy shit! So I order my joint. I walk outside. I smoke half of it. I got a straight one. I smoke half of it, and then I continue to walk like 2 more blocks directly into the red light district. So then I meandered around there and took in the sights.
Oh shit! We know meandered. You meandered around some fucking.
I took in the sights there. I took in the sights, and then I went to a bar. There was like a biker bar, the only biker bar in Amsterdam. Did you go there? Sally's or some. It's like a woman's name.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I go.
I can't remember the name.
So I went there
like
and
the one
drank for like a couple hours, and then I went back out and I took in more of the sights. And then my plan was, and I finished my joint. And then my plan was to buy a brownie and go to the airport. And then the guy was like, "Oh, they got dogs by the airport and all this shit." So he scared me into not buying a brownie, which I basically walked and got on some. I know it. Believe me. Now looking back, I'm like, what an idiot. So
they don't give a shit.
Well, I would have eaten it before I got there.
Bringing it on there would have been sketchy for sure.
So I walk around and I'm just finding people with, I can't read anything. All the signs are in Poland. So I'm just finding people with luggage and going, are you going to the airport? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, I'm following you. And I just started following random people. I got on a train that I'm pretty sure I did not take out of the airport. I just got on a random train and rode it into the airport. Luckily, nobody checked me. And then got back on my plane and left.
A random train.
They probably have that whole city set up as a funnel just to get everybody back to the airport.
Dude, yeah.
You're not the first one.
Crazy. I have so many. We might have to do another one of these sometime. Fuck, I have so many goddamn crazy stories from Poland. Like just the sketchiest shit. Like I bought a fucking car over there. Like I had a little BMW there, and like I fucking was leaving a fucking a night in Krakow to come home, and then you like, drive through this fucking rural area, and there's like these S corners, and I fucking literally, this was one of the craziest points of my life. I skidded off the road trying to drive like a dickhead, and I rolled the fucking Beamer into a ditch. It landed on the wheels, but it couldn't get it out, and I'm with some Polish chick that can't speak English. Both of our phones are dead. I have no idea where I am. There's nobody on this road, and the only car that passes us in an hour is like an old Polish dude, and he hears me. You know, I'm like, Chimovic Pongersko, like asking him if he speaks English, and he's like, Spierdalaj Amerykański, which is like, fuck off American, and drives away and shit. And fucking, you know, and seriously, he's like talking shit to me. He's like, it's like fucking choke on my dick, American, or some shit, and takes off because I'm there with some hot Polish chick, you know, and we're fucking like crashed on the side of the road. And like, how did I fucking get myself in this position where I'm in a foreign country in the middle of nowhere? My phone is dead. I'm with a girl that doesn't speak fucking English.
I know how you got there.
Like, I have so many fucking crazy stories.
I can say one word.
That's a good story. That's a lucky
Pussy.
One.
That entire thing happened because of one word.
How do you say it?
Yeah, it was worth it though. We got back, man. We got back. I wound up going to a hotel. My favorite hotel. It was like a 5-star resort in Osijek, Poland, called Molo Resort, and it was like $40 to stay there for a night, and it was like fucking heaven. Like you could shoot me in the head after a day there, and I'd be happy. It was fucking crazy. And but yeah, man. And I don't know. I'm trying to think of some other crazy shit, man. Like just being in clubs. Like the guy that owned our show and the shows we did in Poland, he owned like like the energy drink in Poland, the fucking all the clubs in Poland, like fucking everything, the amusement parks. And so we always had VIP at these fucking crazy clubs. And so we'd be in VIP, and like these Polish chicks would like want to party with us and shit, and like sometimes they wouldn't speak English. And then I'd turn around and be like, these fucking big fucking Polish dudes coming at us, wanting to fight us, yelling at us in other languages because it was like their wives and shit. Like we didn't know because we couldn't fucking communicate, It was like, so like, dude, that alone, like that communication barrier, partying and like riding shows and just being reckless and single, like it led to so many just fucking chaotic scenarios that like I'm literally like, thank you God I made it out of there alive, dude. Like I don't know. Even my Polish friends were like, I don't know how a Polish guy hasn't fucking killed you yet. Like it's fucking crazy.
Yeah, you're in a bad position.
I may have some illegitimate children in Poland. I'm not sure,
but well, there's a great currency exchange there, so they're good. It's really affordable. I got pissed again. I'll be back.
Oh God. Shit, Clint. Next time you're riding like a track or free ride spot in Jersey, you gotta let me know, man. I'll hike up there. It's only
we may do that.
5 hours or so.
I was trying to make it down there while Beckering was here, but that doesn't look like that's gonna happen because we're leaving Sunday to go to Florida. But like I was saying. Well, I'm helping Ray tow his trailer, but yeah, I'm taking my 450. I'm going to ride a little bit. Yeah.
What,
They're in
Bennett?
Philly right now.
Oh, sweet.
But
yeah, I miss that dude.
I'd love to hit that.
I haven't seen Ray in a bit.
I just shut my mic off by accident. I'd love to hit that comedy place on the way down or up. Even if it's just a free spot, it would be sweet.
Okay. Yeah, there's a couple, and my other boy in Richmond, Riley, he knows a lot of people that own places down here, so I got to talk to him and see if we can line something up for you, man. And yeah, you gotta come to the apartment and kick it. I'm fucking right outside the fucking doors. I'm right in the thick of downtown, man. So you can come hang out here and we can walk.
Yeah,
5
I mean, I
minutes
may
to
do that on the way
anything,
back
restaurant,
anyway,
bar,
even though
whatever,
you are
bro.
only 4 hours away. But I think might try and stop in Atlanta, and then I'd stop by there. That would break my ride up good.
Yeah, for sure. And but yeah, man, I think we need to resuscitate the riding, man. I'm trying to come up to Jersey next spring and summer, and I mean, I think I have a lease here next year, so I'm probably going to be next year. I'm going to try to ride and travel as much as I can, but after that, I'll probably move west. I don't know, Arizona, California, whatever. But yeah, like next spring and summer, man. I'm trying to do some,
I got a new camera. I'm
East
trying
Coast
to
jam
film
sessions,
a bunch and put some content out. So. Well.
And I got to ride with Nick, man.
I know. Well, I've ridden a handful of times, but it should be more consistent as time goes. I think I'll get back on the ramp.
Yeah.
I got my buddy talked into wanting to hit it with me, so. Oh, look at this.
I'll come out that way. I rode at Dan's one time, right when I was like just getting back into riding and shit. Right before I did the fucking Mexican circus.
On your way down?
Yeah, I was going out there and I had nowhere to practice. I had already sold my takeoff ramps, and I asked Dan if I could stop by and ride with him.
Hell yeah, man! Whatever.
Yeah, yeah. Dan's cool as shit. And we went and rode. We went and rode that track up Barnett's or something near him.
I've never made it to a track at Dan's. Most of the time I go to Dan's, we'd say, "Yeah, we're gonna ride in the morning," and then we'd party our nuts off all night. It's like, I don't feel like fucking riding.
Yeah, we had a blast riding at that track. It was fun. It was just like a local one, but it had some good bumps. But yeah, man, and shit, I'd like. What's going on with Durhamtown? They still got a course there.
Yeah, the last time I was down there, you had one ramp, but again, that was fucking 5 years ago. I'm not really sure.
Yeah.
Well, we made it an hour and what?
What was that camera you just showed us, Clint?
What, Nick? Canon 80D.
What was the camera you just showed us? Somebody's phone screaming.
Oh yeah.
Nice. Did you get video out of that too then?
Back in the day when they finally shrunk chips down small enough to go in a DSLR body, which is a standard camera body, versus like a camcorder body, we started using 60Ds. But this is just like they made 70s, and then this is the 80s. So this is the upgraded version of that. It has Wi-Fi, and it has like a flip-out screen, so that if I'm doing filming myself, I could have the screen facing forward. You know, there's just a bunch of little features that weren't on the older style ones. But I just need some different lenses now. This is your standard lens. I need like a wide angle and like a zoom one. But I've been filming and taking photos of comedy stuff, and we're about to start doing a bunch of skits and stuff. I got a bunch of skits we're gonna film, and so.
Fuck yeah! Let me know if you need an extra. I'll come down.
Yeah, fuck. We'll
Sounds
come
like
and
fun.
film. If we can get in one of those clubs, we'll film all that shit. Just going in and working the club. But I gotta
yeah.
fucking get ready for bed because I plowed 2 days ago, so I didn't. I plowed from
Sounds
10
good.
o'clock at night to 5 in the morning. Yeah,
You got snow?
we got like 5 or 6 in. Well, down where I plow, we probably
Yeah.
got about 3 or 4.
Well, yeah. But yeah, man, I'm pumped though. Regardless of the fucking video bullshit or whatever, man. Just talking to two friends about
I agree.
freestyle and
It
bullshit,
gets me
man.
down when
I'm
the.
pumped we did it.
Yeah, we'll do it again. I'll get this figured
Good,
out.
yeah,
I think
we're
it's
gonna
an
do this
OBS
again. We're
issue.
good.
I'm not. Because it was working and then it stopped. I don't know what the fucking deal is. So we'll get it worked out. We'll have you back on for sure. But I'm glad that we did it. I just get bummed because I'm like,
Yeah.
trying to get everything to work correctly, you know?
Yeah, man, and I'll push it again, and we can plan it a couple days before, and maybe get even more live viewers, and I'll throw out
There you go.
I'll throw out
I got another.
some more risque
I
stories
had
at that point or something.
I started another podcast called Crazy Ass,
We'll take 'em.
Crazy Action Sports Stories, but and I was trying to film it separately, but I think now it's just I'm gonna go through these podcasts and pull stories out of them, and make that podcast out of it. But I mean, if you obviously want to call just with a crazy story, then that's fine. But well, once. Well, I just added your Snapchat.
I got some videos to go with it too, so.
I didn't have it. I hadn't accepted you, so it didn't. Well,
oh
it
my
just
God!
says,
So you just
it
got
just
probably
says
like
received
fucking
a week ago.
50
Whether they're all in a line there,
degenerates.
it could be. But
You need to go
will
watch
do.
those.
But
Watch
anyway,
those and text me after,
so the
please.
video after we shut that thing down, the video should be good
I
and
saw
the
Vince
audio
on
should
it.
be good.
Saw
So
Vince.
either way, there's going to be an audio version of this you can push out. And like I said, at least once we shut down the stream, the video should be good. Maybe it's
Cool.
not going to be live for a little bit until they figure out what the fuck's going on. I don't know. So any well, you already thanked your sponsors and stuff.
Cool.
You didn't say NN Burger. Okay. Because
I did say NN Burger when I did my sponsor shout-outs.
That's it. They were gonna watch.
I know. Yeah, they're awesome, dude. They hooked me up. I get free food there, man. They got burgers, beer.
All right, so we're
filet
gonna
mignon,
film
crab
us
cake,
going to
brioche
try
bun
NN
sandwiches,
Burger when
fucking-
I get there.
I'm fucking hungry.
All right, I got it. I got the Canon
100%,
80D. We're gonna
100%.
fucking do a little vlog in a day in the life with Zach, and we're gonna go and eat a NN Burger. All right, probably.
I'm fucking stoked. And I'll get some birds at the crib
Yeah,
for
man.
some eye candy on
I'm
the
not
B,
opposed
on
to
the
that.
B-roll.
Thank God we're not bringing Nick, because Nick's not allowed to see any of that.
Yeah, man. I'll just go to White Castles and eat by myself, and I'll send a video of that. You can do side by side.
So
Me eating sliders.
yeah,
Nick goes to White
serve
Castle
up
and
a
watches
dual
Quentin Zach.
Italian sausage.
I'll do it. I'll set up my laptop at White Castle. Live?
The
How
Italian
is it?
Stallion Eiffel Tower.
The Leaning
Leaning
Tower of
sausage.
Pizza.
Oh God.
All right.
All right. Italian sausages.
Later, dude. Thank you, everybody, for fucking trying to listen
Oh,
online,
shit.
or on YouTube and now dealing with us here.
Dude.
Later.
See you guys.
Did they hear my thumbs up?